back to CBSN. I'm David Begnaud at CBS News headquarters in New York. This is a sad day for the United States. Those words from a local official in Chattanooga, Tennessee, reacting to the murder of 4 Marines. To update you with the very latest at this hour, 4 Marines are dead. 1 person is critical. 1 police officer has been shot in the leg. Another individual has been treated and released from a local hospital. The man accused of perpetrating this crime is deceased. The shooting, we're told, took place at a naval and marine facility in Chattanooga. The first call to 911 came in around 10:45, closer to 11 a.m. local time. The mayor of Chattanooga, Andy Burke, saying it was a vicious attack on the people who proudly serve our country. At this time, Ed Reinhold with the FBI saying there is no reason to believe anyone else is involved. The attack, we're told, lasted 30 minutes. And the investigation is looking into the possibility that this could be a case of domestic terrorism, though there is no proof of that at this point. Federal law enforcement officials saying there was no intelligence to indicate that this was going to happen. Once again, 5 people dead. 4 of them are Marines. The 5th was the gunman. It's unclear whether he killed himself or whether he was killed by someone else's bullet. Here's the very latest from that press conference that happened a short time ago.
Today is a nightmare for the city of Chattanooga. Around 11 o'clock this morning, we had someone viciously attack at 2 different locations people who proudly serve our country. Over the last couple hours, I've spent a lot of time with individuals who work for the city of Chattanooga and for Hamilton County, who work at our medical facility at Erlanger, who proudly deserve our thanks and praise for the way that they responded. They were amazing in what they did, and we know of no active issues right now. We do know that we have 4 individuals who were killed who are victims. We know that the shooter was killed at the scene as well. Also, 1 Chattanooga police officer was shot in the ankle and has been treated very well at Erlanger, as well as there were some other individuals who were shot and have also been treated. I want to say again, it is incomprehensible to see what happened and the way that individuals who proudly serve our country were treated. 2 different locations this individual went to. As a city, we will respond to this with every available resource that we have.
And that right there was the mayor of Chattanooga. I want to let you know we have the name of the suspect provided to CBS News by law enforcement. He is Muhammad Youssef Abdulazeez. Again, that is Muhammad Youssef Abdulazeez. We don't have an age or a place of residence at this point. Our team in Washington, our Homeland Security team, is working that. Jeff Pegues is our Homeland Security correspondent. He has more from our Washington bureau.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the death of the 4 Marines there. And this is an investigation that, a couple of hours ago, as you noted, we were told that this is something that would be handled by state and local officials there. But now it will be the FBI taking the lead in this investigation. You heard 1 local official there, at least in Chattanooga, saying that this was a case of domestic terrorism. Then you heard the FBI sort of walk that back. And then I think you heard that local official there in Chattanooga caution against labeling this any type of specific activities. So there's still some discussion about what do you call this? What is domestic terrorism? Are we talking Islamic terrorism, the type that's related to ISIS calling for attacks against police, against military officials, against military installation, against parades? Or are you talking domestic terrorism along the lines of what happened in Oklahoma City, where hate groups are involved, right-wing extremist groups are involved. So there are different definitions of what terrorism is, and that's part of what is the struggle here, and that's part of what the discussion was there. Not to rush to any sort of label for this incident, and to give the investigation time to play itself out so that investigators know exactly what this was and what the motivation of this gunman was.
Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, but the federal official who took to the podium said that there was no intelligence indicating there would be an attack today.
Well, what he's saying there is that there was no specific intelligence saying that there will be an attack, and that's sort of what he was pointing out there. Now, generally speaking, as you know, and we've noted several times over the last couple of hours, that there have been concerns that military installations, military officials, anyone in uniform could be a target based on what investigators are seeing with the chatter online and social media from ISIS supporters, ISIS recruiters. So facilities like this have been on alert, if you will, looking out for any type of suspicious activity based on chatter that they're seeing online, social media. But according to the FBI in that press conference, there was nothing specific that talked about this location.
It's important to point out Ed Reinhold with the FBI said there is no reason to believe anyone else was involved. He also pointed out, Jeff, saying that this lasted about 30 minutes from when the first attack happened to the second attack. Can you give us an idea how close were these two facilities, and do we know what happened at each? Do we know the normal day of business that took place at each facility?
Well, we know that these are military-related facilities. We know that they were about 7 miles apart is some of the information that I have. We're told that this is a shooting that started at 10:45 local time, and it took about 30 minutes. So these were two locations, and that's part of what led to the confusion here. Initially, there were some reports that maybe there was more than one gunman. But no, police and law enforcement officials, federal and local, are saying just one lone gunman involved in these two shootings at these two different locations. It sounds like the locations in terms of travel time. Now, keep in mind, there was some sort of pursuit, but it sounds like the locations are about 20 to 30 minutes apart, or at least that was the time frame that investigators are telling us this all played out between these two locations. It was an event that took place, they say, over about 30 minutes.
Jeff Pegues, Homeland Security correspondent, live from Washington. Jeff, thank you for your time.